So you might be able to hear me over the thunderstorm going on in the background, which, whatever. I don't have a lot of time. Just why I haven't been on here a lot, and that's the reason that I am making this video, just in response and just for the people that have reached out to me and been like, hey man, we miss you, don't know where you're at, but hopefully you're good, and we would love to see a video from you. And for you guys, y'all the real MVPs, right? I mean, people say stuff like that all the time. I literally had comments of people telling me that knew that I was able to join them the first two shows. Were like, you know what? I'm so glad you're doing this because you deserve it. That's crazy. It's one thing to hear that from my wife, somebody who's watched me literally dig myself out of a hole. She watched it. When I tell you how much I love and respect my wife and how much she shouldn't, I don't deserve her. This is a woman that's seen something in me that whenever I was in a homeless shelter, okay, that's not hot. In case you were wondering, that's not hot. You're not pulling California dimes in the homeless shelter, right? But what you are pulling is Ohio 11s. You see what I did there? I think my wife is beautiful, man. And the fact that she is not only beautiful, but is a great soul. She's seen something in me, and I didn't even mean to go down this line of thinking when I hit record. I have something else to talk about. However, I'll just say this real quick. There was a point where I was working this program where you live in a homeless shelter for 30 days minimum. You work a job that you can prove your income can pay for an apartment, and there's some sort of a grant that pays the first month's rent and deposit at an apartment. I was probably 70% through that whenever I met my wife. She was literally the shoulder to lean on, came out of left field, and I would call her. I would get off work at the factory. I worked at a factory and I made dashboards for Ford trucks. As if this Lego head back here isn't gay enough, right? I would get off work at 11 p.m. It was shift work, 3 to 11. I would drive all the way to my hometown. I would get in the parking lot of the homeless shelter, and I would sit there and wrestle mentally with walking in the doors. You have to work the program. You have to not only work, you have to take drug screens, you have to take breathalyzers, all that stuff. But when you do get to the homeless shelter at the end of the day from work, you have to go in there. You have to sleep there. If you don't sleep there, you lose the grant, you lose any benefits, you lose all that, right? You're back on the street and figuring it out on your own or whatever. I would sit in that parking lot and I would go, I'm not doing this. I don't want to go in there. It's hot, it stinks. I'm on a top bunk. It's just like prison. It reminds me so much of prison. I do not want to do this. Nothing in me wants to do this. But I would call her, which, again, why didn't she run away? I don't know. But I would call her and I would say, look, man, whatever, I'll figure it out some other way. I'll save my money. I'll sleep at the park. I can't do this. I'll sleep in my car. I can't do this. I can't do this. And she would tell me, you're going to go in there. You're going to sleep there. You're going to finish out this 30 days, this 45 days, whatever it is that you have to do. And then you're going to get your own place and you're going to be fine. You're going to make it from there. You have a plan, which is more than what some do. You're going to do this. You're going to go in there. And she did that so many nights, man. So many nights. And you know what? It's cool because she's a counselor now, making a great salary and really proud of herself. But at the time, she was slinging subs like, you know what I mean? Mrs. Jared over there at Subway. Some of those nights on my way home from the plant, stamping freaking dash bars all night with a robotic welder. I would come down, meet her at the Kroger parking lot, and she would give me a sub sandwich and be like, now eat this and go lay in that bunk. We're going to figure this out. I got that first apartment, transferred that over to a house. Rented a house for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and then we had our first son, and then we applied for this place, and now I got my own man cave that I'm kind of starting to put together. It's a little all over the place. Anyways, back to the point of the video. I was a little bit absent from YouTube, aside from just showing a little clip of me and Simple Man and Hard Target as they were loading the tour bus. I've been taking that around. And I definitely shared the Charlie Kirk chant that happened. It was such a beautiful magic. I got chills, man, standing there in front of that crowd. It was unprovoked. There was some people there that had a sign that they had made with the American flag that said Charlie Kirk on it, and they just started chanting it. And that's another reason that I've had a rough 24, 48 hours is, for those of you who don't know, I just spent over a week away from my home and my family, and I finally did return home yesterday. Of course, yesterday was Charlie Kirk's funeral, so I watched that as much as I could in increments because it was really hard to handle. Got really emotional through it. Now I went back to try to go back to regular life and work for the first day today, and it's just been tough, man. But I want to let you guys know that I'm still here, and I do have quite a bit of content, as you can imagine. Spending 3 or 4 days with Hard Target, Simple Man, and Adam Calhoun. Like, yeah, I got a couple things that I recorded, and I remember my GoPro this time. Shout out again to the wife for that. And one more thing that really rattled me mentally, if all that wasn't enough, is to find out that not only is my wife pregnant, but pretty far along, and so much so that we already have an ultrasound picture. I'll post it right here. No, that's absolutely just a picture of Ryan Upchurch laying in the entryway of his new home. Terribly out of shape. So yeah, I'll be going through that, man, and I'll be putting together something. But the title of this video is going to be something along the lines of, I learned the hard way from the people on the road. I learned a lot about Ryan Upchurch and how the public view him, because what are we, right? We're a small portion of that, and I can always admit when I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm learning from people how he really is, and I learned you don't even really have to ask them. They'll just say how they feel.
Fuck you, Ryan Upchurch, sucking dick, you fucking.
And a lot of people have a lot of stories, man. And I think it's fair that we platform some of those stories, man. I think it's fair that we highlight some of those stories. And I know a lot of people's going to be like, oh, well, you're just shitting on this dude. Oh, well, you're just trying to hate on this dude. Well, am I? Or is the dude just hating on himself? I got a lot to say about it. And I know a big topic right now is the community post of one Apple Creek Upchurch fan page that has been a die-hard supporter of Ryan Upchurch, literally sharing, devoted their whole entire platform to screen grabbing and recording everything that Ryan said on Instagram, YouTube, or whatever, and resharing it and making sure that they just amplify his words, has officially pulled out and said no more. And a lot of it had to do with the supporting of the you-know-who. I ain't saying that loser's name. You know, that happened. And I'm not surprised one bit. There's a lot to say about this dude, and a lot to say about that in particular. And for that, until I come back with a more put-together video, I'll just let my boy KRUP do it.
That's the other thing that drives me crazy about Upchurch, man, is you label yourself as the king of Nashville, right? The king of country rap, the king, right? Well, like, I enjoy history myself. I study stoicism. I like that kind of stuff, man. But in all of my readings and all of my learnings, all of that, man, I never knew of a king to come down off his almighty high throne, come on down and be out there throwing dirt clogs with the peasants. Never seen it. Never seen it. A king holds itself to a higher regard. A king doesn't lower himself to go eat goulash and spill beer all over the regular people in the peasants of the kingdom. It don't happen. So, like, if I felt like I was the king of some genre, you would never catch. I don't even do it now, bro, and I ain't shit. But you would never catch me lowering myself to go out here and talk about this person or talk about that person, or, you know what I mean, people that are way, way lower on the totem pole than you. Like, as not king, it's easy and acceptable to punch up, right? But when you're up there on that plateau, on that pedestal, anytime you come out here acting like a crybaby or anything like that, man, you're lowering yourself, which tells me you don't even believe the things that you title yourself as.
Peace.